So we come to the 111th MMA history video, UFC 111. It's called Saint-Pierre v Hardy, and it's back to a Saturday after the last two UFC's been on a Sunday. One was due to a different country, etc. It's back to Saturday, so it's a Saturday, March the 27th, 2010. This was hosted, UFC 111, at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, United States, obviously. The venue was the Prudential Center, and the attendance was 17,000. The total gate was 4,004,000. The buy rate was 770,000, and the background. The UFC Primetime Series returned to build up the UFC Welterweight Championship fight between GSP and Dan Hardy. It was the first time a British fighter had ever fought for a UFC title. Martin Kampmann was originally set to fight Ben Saunders, but Kampmann was replaced by Jake Ellenberger due to a deep cut suffered in training by Kampmann. Ricardo Funch was forced to pull out of a fight against Matthew Riddle for an undisclosed reason. UFC newcomer Greg Soto was his replacement, and Spike TV broadcast 3 preliminary bouts 1 hour before the live pay-per-view broadcast began. This event was seen in movie theatres throughout the United States via National Cinemedia's Fathom Event Distribution Service. Also, it was shown at the Cineplex Odeon chain in Canada. On March the 10th, 2010, it was announced that the event was officially sold out. There also was some controversy that the UFC airbrushed Hardy's tattoo, which read Om Mani Padme. Sacred lotus jewel, that means in Tibetan. But again, Om Mani Padme, that was wiped out of his tattoo. For their promotional poster, that was. The UFC President Dana White later admitted this was done so as not to provoke the Chinese government. It's a lot of political thing where the Chinese invaded Tibet, etc. But again, Hardy's opponent was replaced with a former opponent, Mike Swick. On March 25th, 2010, Thiago Alves was removed from the card due to a brain irregularity from a pre-fight CAT scan. After learning of his removal, Ben Saunders, who was scheduled to fight Jake Ellenberger, requested Alves' opponent John Fitch and subsequently replaced Ellenberger on the card. As a result, Ellenberger did not compete but received his show and win money to make up for the last-minute switch. The fight between Kurt Pellegrino and Fabricio Camões was moved up to the main card as a result of the cancellation. On March 26th, at the official weigh-ins, Rory Markham weighed in 177 pounds. He forfeited the $1,000 or 12.5% of his purse to Nate Diaz. So on with the card, you have an interim heavyweight championship on this and a welterweight championship. And so the preliminaries, you have 2 on Spike and 3 not. So We start the preliminaries. Welterweight division, Matthew Riddle defeats Greg Soto. Disqualification, illegal up kick. I'd imagine that's to, he was on 2 knees, I'd imagine. 1 minute and 30 of the 3rd round. Matt Riddle wins by disqualification. The light heavyweight division, Jared Hammond defeats Rodney Wallace. Unanimous decision, 3 5-minute rounds. And middleweight division, Rossima Powell-Hares defeats Thomas Droual. Submission heel hook. 45 minutes in to the 1st round. Now, again, that was the one, I think he was banned for life, actually. Suspended for 90 days, but I swear he's banned for life. He didn't release the submission after the stoppage. But again, it says 19 days, but I swear that he never fought again for the UFC. I might be wrong. But again, the preliminaries aired on Spike now. There's another 2. Two there was. Aired on Spike TV. So, the welterweight division, Ricardo Almeida defeats Matt Brown. Submission rear naked choke. 3 minutes and 30 seconds of the 2nd round. A catchweight fight at 177 pounds. Nate Diaz defeats Rory Markham. TKO punches. 2 minutes and 47 seconds in to the 1st round. Then we have the main card. So we got lightweight division. Jim Miller defeats Mark Bokek. Unanimous decision, 3 5-minute rounds. Welterweight division. John Fitch defeats Ben Saunders. Unanimous position, 3 5-minute rounds. Lightweight division, Kurt Pellegrino defeats Fabrizio Camus. Submission, rear naked choke. 4 minutes and 20 seconds of the 2nd round. Heavyweight division, Shane Carwin defeats Frank Mir. KO punches. 3 minutes and 48 seconds in to the 1st round. Then you have the welterweight division, George St. Perrier defeats Dan Hardy. 5 5-minute rounds, unanimous decision over 5 5-minute rounds. The bonus awards for Fight of the Night, Knockout of the Night and Submission of the Night, they were all awarded 65,000. So the Fight of the Night was Rodney Wallace v Jared Hammond. Knockout of the Night was Shane Carwin. Submission of the Night was Kurt Pellegrino. Yeah, and the preliminary bouts are shown on Spike TV at 9 p.m. EST. Drew a serious low of 1.2 million viewers and coincided with the Elite 8 round of the NCAA basketball tournament. So that's probably affected the figures. So that's the end of the 111th MMA history video. UFC 111, and it was back to a Saturday night after the last 2 been on the Sunday. It was Saturday, March 27th, 2010 at Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Bang.